Hey Chris, so I wanted to show you a couple of things here, just so that you have access to do some of this stuff. The first thing I want to show you is in your course. So if you look here, it looks like we've got quite a few versions of computer applications and whatever. If you want to simplify that, what we can do is, so let's go into your spring 2019 here. What you can do is you can create groups and groupings. And I know you've already done groups because I looked at your fall 2018, and you had some groups. I don't know if it was computer applications, but in one of your courses you had some groups. So one thing we can do is when we go here and we go to users and we go to groups, so it looks like your groups are by periods or your blocks. So an interesting thing that you can do is what's called a grouping. And here's how this works. So I'll just do it and then I'll undo it so it doesn't confuse you. And then you can, if you want to redo it, you can do it. So if you create a group, I want to create a group period 1, and then I'm going to create another group period 2, now let's say these are both happening in the fall of 2019. So I can go to a grouping and I can create a grouping that is fall of 2019. And now what I do is I add groups to it. So here, I believe it's this one. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to add them. Then I'll go back. Now what happens is I still have the group period 1 and 2, but I also have a grouping of period 1 and 2. So in my gradebook, instead of making new shells every semester, I can organize my gradebook and say only show me fall 2019 grouping. And there'll be a little button in the upper left of the, let's see, can we get there right here? Being out of the classroom, I forget which one it is. Of course, it's the first one. So now, you don't have anybody in here, any students in here. Otherwise, right here, I believe it's right here, you can select what students you want to view there. The reason you might do that is kind of what you're walking through now. There's still things to be done for my previous group, but I want to start a new course. And yeah, you can always make a new course, a new shell, but then that leads to things like this where you get a bunch of them here. And if you do it the grouping and grouping route, you'll always have all of your students. You might want to make a new shell every couple of years, but you'll have all your students and you can kind of dig through to see what, if you need to look back at something. As far as creating a new course, I'm going to walk you through how to do that so that, next time if you don't want to do the groups and groupings, if you want to make your own course, that's completely fine as well. You can see that I'm logged in as you. I'm just going to click go to course, and I'm going to find what folder your course is in. So we'll be in Heartland, we'll be in Des Moines Public, we'll be in high schools, Roosevelt, and applied arts. At the bottom of this page right here, you can click add a new course. You give it a name, you give it a short name. I usually disable this. Then down here, you say what theme do you want to use. I pretty much go with one topic. And then you go ahead and hit save and return. When you do that, a new course pops up right here. Now you'll click into your new course, and there's two things you have to do to get a new shell, or to work with a new shell. First, you built a new shell already. That's this right here. In this case, I've already done these 2 steps, but I'll walk you through them. The first one is you have to enroll yourself. In this case, because you're a manager, you can see courses you're not enrolled in. By enrolling, you're going to put the course over here in your My Courses. So here you're going to go Users and Enrolled Users, and then click Enroll. And then here you'll change it to Teacher, and you'll type in your name. And then you can click, it doesn't have your other one because I've already enrolled you right here. So you just click on it and then you'll click Enroll Users. The second thing you have to do is you have to import. And in this case, we want to import this exact same course except fall of 2018. So we type this in, and I've already typed it in, so I search for it. Now here it is. So I click it, and then I click continue. And it'll ask you a bunch of stuff. You just click jump to final step, and it'll actually do the import for you. So that's two different ways to essentially do the same thing. Groups and groupings are what I do. They take a lot less time. And if class starts and you haven't done it, within a minute you can have it set up for people to get into the new course. One other thing I want to walk through with you quickly is a new feature. I should say it's kind of new. It was new last fall. I'm going to get to your homepage here of this course. So when students log in, they log in and they see this screen right here. If you want students to be able to go from this screen to your course, you use something called easy enrollments. So let's go to spring. We were on this one before. In your admin, you're going to go to groups. You're going to go to enrollment methods. And it looks like easy enrollments are turned on. So you're just going to hit this cog button. And there's going to be a code. And that code is for the specific course and the specific group. So if you want this code, you just copy that. When a student logs in, if they type in that code, it will enroll them in your course and it will enroll them in the right group. So there's no navigating once a student has that 6-digit or 6 alphanumeric code. That's the newest enrollment method. Let me go and make sure that I got rid of those. Block 1 and 2. Those computer applications. I forgot to get rid of these when I was showing you that example. So I'll ditch those quick. So we got how to use groups and groupings to avoid making a bunch of new shells, how to create a new course if you do want to keep creating new shells, and how to easy enroll students into the right group in a shell or in a course. The only other thing I would say is if you're going to keep creating new shells, not a problem, but then that means you have to manage this folder probably, because right now there's a lot going on. There's a lot of courses here. Students can see anything that isn't gray and angled. So what I would personally do is, the easiest way to do it anyway, is to click Manage Courses. Here's the list of courses that students can see. You know, they're italicized if they can't see them. Just click the eyeball next to any of them you don't want them to see anymore. You're not deleting the course. You're just hiding it so that students don't get confused, when they're searching. So, any 17 or 18s, I'd probably hide all those so that, when a student comes to this folder, they're really going to see the active courses. Otherwise, take care. I hope all's well.